look dainty.
What's up?
Hey,
Better late than never.
What? We late as what and who and why? But that's because Miss Sasha Lyncher is on location. We couldn't start this party without Miss Sasha. So hey, we're a little late. But go ahead, King, kick us off.
All right, so this is SafeWord, your platform for teaching, learning, and opening the eyes of our audience to the world of kink, BDSM, and relationships. I am your host, Kane Marcos.
And that was riveting. And I'm your other host, Aurora Storm.
Yes, it is your friend, Miss Sasha Lyncher. I'm mad you did relationship. Where's my sprinkles?
I know he was like.
Sorry, I'm still getting other stuff situated for like hot topics and stuff. So.
He's like, we started too late, y'all. I'm tired.
Oh yeah.
But all right, so this is our farewell to our 2021 show. Yes. And if you watched our last video, you know we were gonna have fun tonight. I mean, when's a night that we don't have fun though? For real, like really, when's a night when it's when you hanging out with us, you're gonna have fun, okay? But if you didn't, shame on you. But you can check out the link to the video to where you need to figure that out. It's going to be in the description box below, along with like contact information and @ and all that, in the description box. All right, Sasha, go ahead.
Jesus.
And you want to catch up, just go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all of our educational content around kink, BDSM. Say it with me now.
Relationships.
Game really don't want to be here tonight. So real quick, I just gotta say hello to our A1 from day one, even though he's not on right now, but he gonna watch this later. So we got to make sure that we say hello to our A1 from day one, because he rocks with us on all of our lives, on all of our freaking videos, on our Patreon. If you want to shout out, you got to get like him. So crew, can we say hello to our fan favorite? Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hey, Roy.
So if you want to shout out like Mr. Roy, I'm saying start following, start commenting, liking, subscribing, share with people. All right. So if you do not know what you are watching, this is SafeWord. And here on SafeWord, we have a SafeWord of the day. We use this SafeWord to stop, halt, and completely put a pause on all topic of conversation. So SafeWord crew, would we like to let everybody know what the SafeWord of the day is? If you don't know, it's right here on the board. Ready? 1, 2, 3. It's
chestnuts.
Roasting on an open fire. Okay, so anyways, you are going to say that safe word when you want things to stop because it's getting too hot, it's getting too heavy, or you just want people to shut up. But we here at SafeWord use Zoom. Sometimes Zoom has audio issues, so we have to throw up a symbol in case we're saying the safe word and no one's shutting up. What do we do, crew? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Wow. There it is. So throw up that symbol. Make sure that you say the safe word of the day, which is chestnuts, so that everybody knows what it is. Mr. Kane, do we have Miss Sasha?
Hot topics.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got a couple of things for us tonight. So I just found out some really cool, fun facts. One of them is there's a couple of words that everybody's been using like every day, and they actually have some really sexual meanings back in the day. So I thought we'd, just kind of have a little bit of fun trying to guess what some of these things are. And as soon as I find it.
You are not prepared, sir. You don't want to be on the show.
I was trying to get prepared, and then somebody was just like, oh, he don't want to be here.
You're not prepared, sir.
Blame me, okay? Blame me.
Where'd it go?
Yes, this is Miss Sasha's fault why we are showing up at like 11 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock for some of you. Yeah.
Things have to be done for you guys. These are the lengths that Miss Sasha goes. Miss Sasha always is the one to make it she makes a way out of no way, okay? So,
but she's gonna give us some on location, some kink on the streets while she there. All right, so go ahead, Mr. Kane. Hot topics.
All right, so something that's kind of near and dear to, the core topics of the show is vanilla. So did you guys know that vanilla and vagina actually have the same Latin root word?
no.
So I found that out and I thought it was really cool and interesting. But so in old back in the day, Latin vila or vela meant little sheath, and that's where they got the term. That's where they brought vagina out of. And I don't know if you guys ever seen vanilla when it gets harvested, but they have to pop the seeds open to get the stuff that's inside. So they thought of it as a little sheath, so they called it vanilla.
I love it.
And so it's funny that we talk about, like vanilla sex being, like the more casual, the more laid back, the easygoing, the beginner stages. And now like the history of it. Exactly. So there was a couple other ones, like orchid. The root word was actually meant to mean testicles.
Yeah, I've heard that one. That one I've heard. I've never heard the vanilla one, but I've heard that one.
I've never heard that one. What? Orchid.
What? So the other one that I thought was really interesting was seminar. So like you go to a meeting, you have a business seminar. So it actually translates from an old Latin term called seminarium. And it was meant to mean breeding grounds. And so they like to think of, business seminars as breeding grounds for productivity, new ideas, innovation, things like that. But so they don't really realize that it's coming from an old term that they also used to derive the word semen from.
Oh, nice. I like it.
Semen. Got it.
So fundamental also means buttocks.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Fundamentalis was the Latin word meaning foundation.
Okay.
And then it turned into, then you using it as, like the foundation, possibly, back in the early days, beginning to really look at the anatomy of the human body, they decided to say that the foundation of the core, the torso, was the posterior. And so they derived buttocks, or not necessarily that term, but, something that was related closer to it. And, several translations later, fundamentalis, meaning foundation, becomes buttocks. Something else that also means testicle, and you guys would never guess, avocado.
Avocado. Oh, I like avocados. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry, my bad.
and just to round it out, pencil was also derived from a word that they became penis.
Pencil and penis.
Okay, all right. I can kind of see that one. I can see that one.
So the breakdown for that is that
not so much, but pencil, yeah.
So like in the early 14th century, the meaning an artist's fine brush of camel hair, from the French pincel, pincel, meaning the same thing minus the camel part. Pencil came from the Latin pencillus, which means paintbrush or pencil, but literally translates as little tail. And so that's how they derived penis from Old Latin, because they thought it looked like a little tail.
Nice.
So thanks to whatever poor bastard got looked at, and then just, it looks like a little tail.
Looks like a little tail. I could say something there, but I'm not going to. Go ahead.
All right. And so I was going to try and do Pornhub always does the year in review.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was trying to look those statistics up, and there's just a ton of different graphs coming up. Like they did the year in review for Russia and all these other places. So I'm trying to find which ones break down just for, what the information that we're really looking for.
Which is
more or less just, local, a little bit more local. I mean, do you want to know what Russia's top search was?
I honestly do. I just out of pure curiosity. Like, what are other countries looking at? What's their top porn subject that they're looking for?
So in Russia, top listed most search term was Russian, followed by hentai, MILF, lesbian, and Russian homemade.
Okay, that one I get.
What's
MILF I get.
Hentai is a little like,
Hentai is a little like, wait, what? Wait.
makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah. Okay. Explain your thinking. I would love to hear this. Because
Well-
I'm like the correlation, nothing's connecting.
oh well, they're closer. They're almost neighbors.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
super almost neighbors, and yeah, just the need for excitement in the both cultures, if that makes sense. Because if you see Russians party, that's them partying. So
yeah, they're wild. Yep. She said that's them partying.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie, because it honestly does take a lot of vodka for me to watch hentai. That makes a lot of sense. Like after hearing Sasha describe it like that, I was like, you know what? Yeah,
It takes vodka
I can
for me
definitely
to
see
watch
that.
hentai. Hashtag vodka. Okay.
Oh, she's cutting out. We can't hear you.
Oh, we can't hear you.
can you guys hear me now?
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
now
now
we
we
got you. We got you.
Well, in Russians, you have nothing else to do when it's winter. It's like, what do you really have to do but take vodka, chill, and sit in a corner and smoke cigarettes and watch? Go watch a YouTube it. I'm not even lying. Like,
Right.
thank you out there. Nah,
That's why you always see those crazy fuckers like jumping into like ice rivers and doing like crazy stuff, jumping off the
I'm
roofs
like,
into
this is
snowbanks.
entertainment. This is entertainment.
It's like, be happy they're doing that. They could be watching hentai.
Right.
probably are. So that's circles.
Probably
Yeah.
jumped in the river first and then watch some hentai. I'm
That-
just saying. You know, get them adrenaline pumping, just pumping.
Hey, warms the bones.
All right, so that's Russia. What else you got for us?
All right. So in the US, holiday traffic. So which US holidays is the most traffic seen around on these websites? So which holiday do you think would bring the most traffic to a porn site?
Valentine's Day.
All right. Valentine's Day actually is at the bottom of the list.
Oh, snap. Okay. All right. Holidays.
Or Thanksgiving,
Thanksgiving, or what was the first one?
Easter.
Easter. Yeah, I was gonna say Easter. That was gonna be my next guess.
Easter Sunday looks like it's about 7th on the list.
Dang.
And
Okay.
Thanksgiving looks like it's about 5th. No,
Okay.
Easter is 8th. My bad.
Okay.
Hey,
In the US? Like what? 4th of July?
This one I'm kind of like, I'm trying to wrap my head around. New Year's Eve.
oh well, yeah.
Okay. Well, that makes sense, especially with what we talk about tonight. Okay. That makes sense. If you get a divorce after Christmas,
Right.
you may not be ready to step into that relationship realm yet. So, gotta get your rocks off somehow.
All right. So, and then I'll round this list out. I'll bring some more statistics, when we come back, just as this gets updated and, I can get a little bit more fun information out of it. But let's go over the states that have the longest visits. So what state do you guys think, spends the most time on the website?
Which state? Okay, a state.
And I've got the top 10. So
Florida.
Florida did not make the list.
Ooh. Idaho.
Wisconsin.
Idaho actually made it on the shortest list.
Wait, what do you mean? What number is it? Like, where does it fall on the list?
Well, so they fell on the list, the shortest time spent on there.
Oh, shortest time. Oh, okay.
So Idaho came in at 10 minutes and 23 seconds.
Okay, Miss Sasha, make a guess because I'm way off.
She said Wisconsin, and Wisconsin does not look like it made the list.
Yeah.
Chicago?
Denver.
Wisconsin.
So Colorado did make the list on the shortest, and Illinois did not make the list.
Okay.
Mississippi had the longest time spent per visit.
Wow.
I was thinking somewhere in the South.
You're in the South. I was thinking that too. That's why I went for Florida. I was like, Florida?
And somewhere over there. You got it. Okay. I can see that.
So top 5 longest: Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, and Louisiana.
The Bible Belt would be strong.
Bible Belt strong with that one.
Now I kind of want to know what like the searches look like around there.
Okay, so now it's like official on our travel series. We need to go to one of these places.
Apparently not.
I am so done. Everything in the South. They don't call it the Bible Belt for no reason.
Right. They watching porn on Saturday and praising on Sunday. Okay. And asking for forgiveness on Sunday.
All right. And so that's what I had for hot topics.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Kane. Your hot topics are always so amazing. Oh, we had a comment too. Octavia said Texas, and she was laughing about it.
Texas surprisingly did not make the list on the longest or the shortest, so they're somewhere in the middle.
Oh, okay. All right.
Your audio cut out, Sasha.
I was just saying everything is bigger in Texas, though.
Oh, for real. For real. Yeah, I didn't hear that at all. All right, Kate, kick us off. Tell us what we're talking about tonight.
All right. So last week we mentioned that the first working Monday after Christmas is known as Divorce Day. And so I thought it'd be kind of cool to come up with a couple of things, or, I came across this list of just things that really tend to blow up around the holidays and probably lead to this like increased divorce rate, following up after Christmas. So
Right.
I thought maybe we could talk about some of these things and see what your guys' take on some of this is.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you don't have to be married for like holidays to ruin a relationship. I really don't think, or for it to be rough on a relationship, right?
Right.
One of the worst things that you can do during the holidays, I mean, personally for me, is probably like not splitting up the responsibilities. Like both people need to take a part in the responsibilities, especially if you're sitting in a relationship. Not one person should be doing all the cooking, prep work beforehand and wrapping all the presents, split it evenly. But it's funny how communication, kind of is the base of everything. And I don't know, we don't mention it enough here at SafeWord that communication is pretty much the key to everything. Doesn't matter if you're in a relationship, if you're in a play scene, if you're dealing with your mama, your auntie, your cousin, your brother, the neighborhood down the street. Communication is key. All right. You got to communicate. But I mean, you need to talk it over with your partner and establish a good split with what you vision your holidays to look like, like, hey, I can handle this much of it. Can you take the other piece of this so that I'm not overwhelmed? And then Christmas Day or the holidays all together are just screwed.
Right.
Well, it's just like any other holiday. I imagine Christmas is a little bit worse just because there's so much extra responsibility tied around it. It's like Christmas is that like money shot at the end of the year. It is all the holidays wrapped in one. It is like Thanksgiving. You have the Christmas dinner, which is damn near a whole nother Thanksgiving meal, if not bigger than Thanksgiving.
Right.
And then not only that, but then you're doing presents. You have to wrap. You're, running around trying to find those last minute gifts, trying to get them wrapped, trying to get names and stickers on them. And then I don't know about you guys, but I'll wrap some shit up and be like, fuck, what was that?
Right. I do that all the time. I'm like, oh snap. Yeah, grab that.
I'll know exactly what that thing is until I close the paper on it. And I'm just like,
And then it sounds like everything else. So then you're just like, okay, well then somebody's going to be happy with something.
Right. That's how people get wrong gifts.
It's like grandma's about to get a transformer.
That's like your story that you told last week, Kay, where you got a gift that was not meant for you.
No.
Not it. That was not it at all.
Well, yeah, and I also know that scheduling sex in is a big problem. I mean, you have to set aside time to have fun, right? Yeah.
I love to schedule my life in general, but I would find it a lot healthier in relationships if people made time to schedule these things as well. I'm sure with holidays we all take on certain roles. We're talking about delegation of roles, but relationships, a lot of things tend to get left on one party's shoulders. A lot of the time, me being a woman, it gets to be the job. So you get to do most of those, tedious things. And then you're kind of looked at as like the dessert as well. So like scheduling time for intimacy outside of all of the Christmas activities. At 10, you got to shut it off. At 10, you got to shut it off, pull the Christmas lights down, and it's time to put the lingerie on. You got to make sure you're scheduling that time to keep it fresh, and you're not using your fun, like sexy time as like a chore. Like if you're saying like, okay, say for instance, it's some head. Does anybody like to be like, okay, what you gonna give me for Christmas? Does
right. No. No.
One of those? Have you pulled one of those? What we doing for Christmas? Where's your phone? Do I need to call your mama?
Do I need to call your mama?
Have you ever done one of those, sir?
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
No, honestly, I always thought it was kind of funny whenever anybody would talk about like, oh, what do you guys like? When I first heard about the birthday suit, like when birthday suit started becoming like a more common term and everything, it was like, oh, okay. And it's just like, oh, I'm going to get her in her birthday suit, or like, oh, dude was running around in his birthday suit. It's like, I get that it meant like streaking or something else like that. But then it was just like, everybody tied it around to, it's like, oh, like you're going to get in your birthday suit on your birthday. It's like, what a shitty present. Like it's wraps up the night early.
Right. So why make
a present?
Make it, oh, we should do this as a gift, right? You're going to give this to me, right? I mean, we're already together, so it's already there. So how about we schedule it and not
make it special, like take it up a notch. You know what I'm saying? Like not just, hey, here's my body. Let's do this.
So instead of the whole, hey, let's do it, make it like Aurora said, make it a game, make it a gift. Give little pieces of a outfit or something,
something.
Just have some fun with it. I mean, honestly, you're already so stressed out over the holidays that why wouldn't you try to like alleviate some of that with, having not so much making it a chore like Sasha said, but having some fun with it, just taking the time out to, enjoy one another with, some possible peace and quiet. Like, you got family relatives over and everything else like that. But those little moments where you got like some breathing room, some time, try to flirt a little bit, let that person know that they're special for more than just, everything that they're running around and doing.
Exactly. I mean, just it's literally just about paying attention, taking a step outside of yourself. I know that holidays are crazy and all of that, and you kind of get wrapped up in it and giving to other people, but I mean, take a step out of it and realize that there's another person there and they're involved too, and appreciate them for that.
Well, to piggyback, relationships go on autopilot just like sex lives go on autopilot. It's always assuming who wants what based on what you think that they're putting. Is this your mating dance or not? But yeah, setting time aside so you guys can have that designated time to acknowledge each other.
Yeah. Well, and another big problem, and I'm going to bring this up. It's something that's pretty big during the holidays is dealing with and biting your tongue with in-laws or the spouse's parents, right?
Your partner's parents, your
right, your partner,
parents,
your spouse, your partner.
Like I know, like just throwing it out there, like just all of us here have dealt with like some shitty friends, parents, in-laws, partners, parents, like the first meeting or something. Bad, like I know we've all got a gang of stories of just like bad meetings gone wrong, and like the holidays make it so much worse, especially when you got those like spoiled brat kids that like just grew up and then like their parents come over and then they brat the fuck out because their parents are around.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden their parents are just like, oh, I don't make his breakfast that way, or I don't do this for her that way, or I think she would appreciate it more if you did this. Yeah. Okay, cool. When do you leave?
Yep. It's like, get your kid,
man. Get your kid up to your house and they treat you like you're a child. Like, no, I'm an adult. Like,
right.
My house.
Right. Oh, I love the in-laws or the spouse's parents or the partner's parents. that like to come into your home and directly not speak to you, but speak to your partner to speak to you. So they look at your partner and go, hey, can you say to Aurora that, but I'm sitting right here? Yeah. And so for me, that's something that like I disagree with a little bit as far as like biting your tongue. I'm sorry, if you're in my home, obviously it's situational, but if you're in my home and you're gonna be disrespecting my home, I ain't my motherfucking tongue. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just not happening. It's not happening. Like you're in my home. And there's a certain point, like I respect my elders, but there's a certain point where it's like, okay, but I'm also an adult and you're in my home. You don't get a pass just because you're my partner's parents. You know what I'm saying? When it becomes too disrespectful.
Yeah.
I don't know. How do you guys feel about that?
Well, I feel like if you're living with your partner and you have guests in your home, I wouldn't really care how old or who it was in my house. Like, This is my partner's stay. And if you want to be so upset about sin, then you can go to the confessional and confess about yours. And I'm going to keep fucking and sinning in my house. Okay.
Right. I'm going to keep fucking and sinning in my house. All right. That's what I did. Hey, Kane, I need a man's perspective on this. How do you feel? I know you've been in a situation where you've had a girlfriend, you've had a wife. Okay. Your wife's freaking parents. Like if they came into your home during the holidays, disrespected you, you sitting and holding your tongue?
First of all, no. And I could never for real. Sorry, I could never for real. The way I'm set up, I could never. Will never happen. Go ahead, Kim.
No, I actually got a quick story about that. First time I actually met my late wife's family. So real quick backstory. I look Mexican because my father was Mexican, my mother and all of that side of the family is Spanish. Right. So father bounced out. I was raised by the Spanish side of my family. And so when I learned how to speak Spanish, I learned how to speak really proper it's Spanish, Castilian Spanish.
Vosotros versus no vosotros. Go ahead.
So being in Arizona, everybody speaks like the Mexico Spanish, the Mexican Spanish, which is a lot of slang terminology and not so much slang and like it's really, like gangstered out or anything, but it's just, some words have been altered or made different or don't even have like the same, like don't even sound the same as other words. So it's just like a completely different language almost.
It's a different dialect almost. Yeah.
It was like American or Californians going to like Mississippi or Alabama. Like it'd
be like someone from the West Coast going to Louisiana. You know how they get them down soft draws and there's different words. Or like if someone from America was talking to someone from Sussex, England. Okay. They've got a whole nother term of fucking English and knob and shit like that means different shit. Like knob is not a door handle, it's a dick, like
well, and so like in Mexicans, in a lot of like different variations of Spanish, it's actually kind of funny because it's so similar in some ways that when somebody looks at you funny because they think you didn't say something right, you're just like, wait, did you mean this?
Yeah.
Did you understand what the fuck I meant? Like so you knew.
Yeah, I can relate to that because I'm part Dominican, and so my Spanish is very different from like when I go on the West Coast, right? Because a lot of Mexican Spanish is spoken, and there are a lot of times where I'm just sitting there like,
or like you speak Spanish and they say like, oh, you sound like you learned Spanish in school.
Right, in school. Yeah, that's what I get told too a lot of the times. But then I go home to New York and it's like Spanglish, and they're like, oh yeah, hey, you're good, you're good.
So first time I met my late wife's family, they had this like potluck thing going on because all the men were standing outside and all the women were in the kitchen.
Okay.
And so when we walked in, like she jumps in the kitchen and they're all like, you can go outside, and I'm just, no, do you ladies need any help? Like, what can I help with?
Oh, you're so sweet.
Doing something. And so then they all start like, talking in Spanish. And then I realized that they're talking bad about me.
Oh, so you could understand them.
Yeah, I can understand enough of it to know, like what they're saying. Some words, some of the things that they're saying, like they just completely don't make any sense to me.
Right. Like I have a really hard time.
And so, but one thing that I do know and everybody else knows is what a gringo is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. Yeah. Oh,
And so they're in the kitchen and they're making, traditional Mexican dishes. And so one of her aunts I like kind of caught on to asked me, like, oh, do you like this? And I was like, oh yeah. And it's fucking, who doesn't like carne asada?
right.
And don't think like, if all those proud ass Mexicans out there, don't think that you're the only family making carne asada and nobody else knows your damn secret. Like it's not, they sell it at all kinds of restaurants. We know what it is.
Chestnut. And I'm only interrupting because you did such a good job at bleeping. You're like, it really sounded like we had a sound deck. Bleeped you out. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But anyways, so yeah, they just I realized that they were trying to make fun of me for not being what their idea of my Spanish should be, or who their daughter, their niece or anybody should be with.
Right.
And so one of her aunts just said, and was like, he's not gonna like this, he's a gringo.
Oh, snap.
And they said it like that because they're trying to talk to me in Spanish and I can't answer them in my Spanish because they'll look at me funny. So right. I just thought it was better to play ignorant rather than, try to defend my dialect.
Yeah, it is. Because like I have that issue too, like where I'll just sit there and act like I don't know Spanish because as far as you know, when you look at me, I could be, maybe, I don't know.
But the one thing I love is when you can answer them in Spanish and make them all
yeah,
that's the best.
Chestnut, I get back in the conversation because I don't.
No, here's the thing. I know that you've fucking thrown some people off. I was just about to say that. I know you've thrown some people off because you do understand a lot of Spanish. Okay, you do, and like you'll come off with some shit. I've seen you do it, and people are like,
I understand. I don't.
wait, what just happened? Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
Back onto this topic of like in-laws being in your home and disrespecting you, right? I mean, straight up, I really want to know because okay, that's me. Maybe it's the Dom in me. I ain't gonna hold my tongue. I'm not gonna just sit there and be like, okay, you're in my home and you're my man's. Yeah, all right, cool. Like that, I can't do that. But what how would you guys
that's wrong, though?
Wait, huh?
Do you guys feel like that's wrong?
No, absolutely not.
No. I don't necessarily, because that's where I sit. And I'm just wondering if anybody else like was like, oh, you know what? No, I wouldn't do that because it's gonna taint the relationship.
The thing of it is that it's inevitably gonna start an argument.
Huh?
It's inevitably going to start an argument, and that always ends up getting to be worse off. And it doesn't matter how right you feel or how justified you are, the level of disrespect is going to be there, and that partner is going to feel a certain way about that happening. And so it's always going to be a conversation, and it's always going to be a rough time. Like there's no way to skirt through that conversation and come out on the other end of it and just be like, oh, okay, that happened.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's very true. I mean, all you could do is really say this. Hey, Dad, as an adult, have I ever interrupted you? Like, and Mom, like, getting it on? No? Well, let's keep the same track record in my house with me.
Right. Yeah. Real talk. Like, it doesn't get much more real than that.
Let's keep it that way.
I'm off because, like, I don't know if it's just like the Dom in me where I'm just like, I can't shut up. I'm sorry. Hi, I'm sitting right here. Hi, motherfucker, I'm sitting right here. Like I would just say something. So is that off? Is like, comment below. Is it off?
No, actually, like you brought up a really good point. I just remember one thing. I like all of us were raised differently because, just this is coming up in a list of, like what to avoid over the holidays. And we're like, no, fuck that.
Fuck that.
If that's happening, we're going to say something.
Down. We fighting.
But I just remember, like if your in-laws or somebody's like kind of griping at you because, oh, they heard you guys, bumping uglies or whatever. I just remember one time I was in high school. I was on Sunday, try to leave out for practice. Sunday morning, you know, I'm trying to sneak out of the house, not trying to wake anybody because I'm thinking people are asleep.
Right.
Hell no, mom ain't asleep. Mom's in there with dad, you know, getting it on. And I'm just like, oh, as a high school student, you're just mortified.
Right. Yeah.
You know, as you're like any kid hearing their parents, it's just like, oh shit. So I leave the house, you know, go to practice, come back, and then, you know, talking to my mom, it's hard to look her in the eye and some shit. And then it's just like, yo, and it was like, on Sundays, can y'all wait until like 7:30 when I'm out the house and I'll never forget fucking comedy gold. My mom told me that's what we do on Sundays.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, don't be here on Sundays.
Yeah, that was my mama. I'm sorry. Like I was pregnant. Okay. Had pregnant with my first child. And came home for the holidays, staying in the room next to her room, right? It was like a closet that it was because it's East Coast living. So it's not like the closet is in the room. The closet is outside of the room and it's a walk-in closet, right? But she converted it into a room for me. So pregnant, sitting in the room, listening to my mom go through some BDSM stuff. Just say my name, bitch. Say this about and what? What did you say? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You want to talk about look at your mama in the face? Literally, I came out the room in the morning and she came out the room in the morning. She saw, and I'm like, all right, cool. I'm just good. I heard it all. I heard all of it. Them walls was thin. So yeah. We had different upbringings.
All of it. Yeah. Like I said, I would never, I could never, I wouldn't even have a retort for you in this question.
She's like, I ain't got nothing.
Nope, because it would not.
It's dry.
Yes, ma'am.
So here's the other piece of it. So, okay. So obviously a big problem is in-laws. So don't let your in-laws get in the way. But I know Miss Sasha got some stuff to talk about as far as like partying, like,
we have so much stuff. Okay. So we have people coming over, you know, we got all the presents and all the chores and responsibilities. So after all those things get done, then you have your parties. Either you're hosting, you're going to parties, you have to get stuff for them, you have to prep, you have to get the hurders, you have to get the coochie platters, you know, the veggie trays and stuff, the spinach dip, the green bean casserole, all that has to be done.
Don't forget the
hummus. The hummus and the naan. Hummus and the naan. Yes, we will do it. We will sup with the Lord. But you do all that and then it's time to party. So then everybody is partying. Then you're drinking and stuff is going on and you're traveling and you're doing stuff and you're getting a little too tipsy. You guys need to just separate that stuff beforehand and make sure that you guys have a solid game plan for after party. Okay. Because if someone is taking care of responsibilities and someone was the booze hound, it's not going to go together. Because someone's going to have a headache. It's not going to work.
While, you know, you're the mommy or the daddy downstairs doing fucking stockings with the kids.
Like a Christmas story. No, you're not going to come out here and try to say you're going to stuff my turkey. Nuh-uh. After I done stuffed it, clinked it, gizzards, and wiped kids' noses, and have to kick Santa out? No, sir. You're not going to come roll over with no ho. No. We should have talked about this before. No, the safe word is Santa. Who was you thought was going to happen rolling over and poking me? Gonna give you a lump of coal. No, you got to schedule that stuff out, man. It's not fair. It's not a gift when you're either bartering something that's natural. No, not cool. And when you're not scheduling the time for it, especially if you know, if your wife's the DD and you're the booze hound, okay, babe, if you're getting too drunk, we're not doing it tonight. But if you get drunk enough, then okay, we can, as long as it's before noon or midnight. Cool, that's fine. That is totally fine. If you have that type of relationship, one's on, one's off, one's the kinky one, one's the vanilla one, make sure outside of your partying too, you're scheduling your party time too. What y'all think? Do you guys think that that's a good way to course of action? Christmas or holidays, just partying in general. Do you think that's a good thing to practice in your relationship?
I see Kane. His lips were pursing. Go ahead. You got something to say. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just talking about partying and everything. I've partied hard around the holidays and then ended up just like having to cook full meals and do everything else, wrap presents. I'll tell you, it ain't fun wrapping shit when you got a hangover.
When you have a hangover.
Wrapping them presents, like just hearing the scissors go across the paper will drive you nuts. Hearing the tape will drive you nuts.
Oh, don't.
Having kids, you know, like open up stuff, having relatives open up stuff, and everyone, what do I got? And they just start ripping paper, and you're just like,
well, my mother is obsessed with Christmas. She's the type of person that keeps Christmas. She has a Christmas tree 24/7. She has a room with Christmas decorations. Like she's the lady, the flower lady, the arrangement lady, like the present wrapper. Like she would be the one at a cart wrapping paper, like Christmas music. I'm terrified of Christmas. I'm terrified of Christmas, and I do not like that sound.
So what I'm going to need you to do, fans of SafeWord Show, is hashtag wrapping paper.
Nope. No.
In the comment section below.
If you guys haven't noticed yet, when things bother me, like I hear it clicks in my head and I feel it. So please don't do that.
Hey Roy.
You guys are nice.
Just hashtag all the way down the comment page with wrapping paper. No. Sasha.
Not for nothing, just like talking about wrapping paper and everything. You ever noticed like you buy wrapping paper like at a 4-pack?
Stop saying wrapping paper.
You ever grab that roll of that shit and everything, and all of that stuff like is different consistencies. So like one of them will be like cardboard thick, wrapping stuff up, and then another one will be like newspaper thin, and you're just looking at these different rolls like.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can't even have the same damn consistency or anything to make this a regulated process. It's all got to be like different. So sometimes I got to be more delicate than others. Other times I got to like grab an arc welder to put this fold in.
Yes, no, and then when you're trying to wrap like toys, okay, toys are the worst. You're trying to wrap toys, and there's like no like plastic on the front of this truck. Okay, it's just a hole.
I hate those.
And you've got cheap ass goddamn wrapping paper. You're gonna wrap that bitch over and tape it, and then there's a hole where there's a hole in the package, and you're just like trying to put tape over that and then cut a nice little piece. I hate wrapping. Somebody come wrap for me.
I will not.
I need a slave. Come wrap for me.
I hate wrapping gifts. Hate it.
The SafeWord crew needs slaves. GIMP sign up below.
Patreon in the link below.
Right. We need presents wrapped.
Offer your services.
Oh my gosh. We got off on a sideways tangent. We went from parties to wrapping kids gifts, and we all just lost our shit.
The party. What? See, the party was the last one. See, the parties make you lose it right there.
Right.
Well, not for nothing though, like with all the tangents that we like went off of just talking about these like couple simple things. That's what your holidays look like when you don't communicate. That's when everything falls apart. Like all of those little things that you didn't think you never thought of, like, oh, I never thought that this person might get irritated, wrapping presents. I never thought this person, felt like they needed help making a 7-course meal for my relatives that are coming over. Like her family ain't even coming over.
Right.
She's sitting in the kitchen slaving away making a meal for your damn peoples. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you're sitting on the couch watching football, watching TV, dicking around in the garage, not offering a hand, not doing anything. And then you got the nerve at the end of the day to be like, hey, I got your Christmas present. I got your Christmas present, girl.
It's so funny. I just had the idea. So being turned on and turned off are just the slightest things of being either too excited or not excited enough about something. So if you have your husband who's just enjoying you take care of everything and he gets to just walk around like a proud man, of course she's not going to be wanting to her turkey's not basted. Like why are we not thinking?
We have coded this. The oven has not been preheated.
Yeah, the desire has to be there on both ends. That's why you need to schedule the stuff.
You want some amazing ass Christmas sex? It's really simple. I'll tell you guys how to do it right now. All the
I'm
gentlemen
listening.
out there watching, if you guys take a look at this, later on, you guys want to know how to make any kind of festive holiday sex the best that you've ever had, go to the goddamn kitchen and be like, woman, you need a hand?
Yes. And this is why Kay Marcos is on the show. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All you guys sit there and think like turning a woman on or like trying to get your woman in the mood, like is like trying to program a nuclear reactor, like switches buttons all over the place, watching the dials and the gauges. Hell no, it's really simple. Walk into the kitchen and be like, let me get them dishes for you.
Yep.
So
Shit, she'll be in the there like, you did the dishes. She'll be going after it.
See, Kay know what's up. See now, whoo, he almost did something to me. A man that does something for you, whoo, okay, child.
You'll catch more bees with honey than vinegar. Okay, baby. Look here.
Yes.
Like, just give a little.
Happy
give a little. You want
wife.
something from your woman? Give a little. Give
Okay.
That's it. Be generous.
For me knowing you from our show, you seem like a very, like, not like no punk, but you're a very much so a gentleman. Would you say that, God, I just lost my train of thought. Would you say that you get more positive attention being the way that you are, as opposed to some other guys that you know?
Oh, hell
that's
yeah.
a great question.
Hell yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, man. I've been in situations, I've been in homes, I've been around people, I've been around friends, I've been around family that just the way I am, like my cousin's a perfect example. Hanging out with my cousin all the time, just chilling out. And he's one of those guys that, when his drink goes empty, right? He'll be sitting there having a casual conversation and, like he'll take a sip, his drink goes empty and he'll do one of these, clink the ice.
To who? To his wife?
And his lady will come running over with, the bottle. And, and not even a thank you, just continue the conversation, just, holding off the glass to the side while it gets filled. Something like that.
Can't be me. Can't be me.
Situations like that.
Look at me.
I've got like I don't know, like I grew up with my mother and like I saw, like a lot of struggle that women go through. Like I learned from a very early age, just from not only from like my mother did her best to try and like really keep a lot of that stuff under wraps and everything, but I mean it's really obvious at times. If you know what you're looking for, if you know what you're looking at, it's really apparent, what it takes to be with any person. Just that relationship that your mother lays out for you is either going to be one of the best that you've ever seen, and you're going to do everything you can to strive to emulate that day after day. Like this is what I seen make women happy. And it's not even so much like in a sexual way. It's, all those little things, like letting them know that you're there, letting them know that you're a caretaker, being that strong presence to be, a foundation that they can build something solid on.
Constant
that's where
reassurance.
Yeah. A sense of reassurance. So you don't get that from not reassuring your partner by not being involved in their daily lives. I mean, like just not just communication, but doing little gestures. And a lot of guys tend to think that, well, I work and I do this so that way she can do that, or vice versa. Some women feel like like if you're a stay-at-home dad, because that's like a booming profession now.
Or it even turns into a bartering situation. You can't sit here and dingle being a man in front of a woman's face and expect them to be waiting to pay you for that with their body or something. Like, come on now.
So my first marriage, the one that I ended up being a custodian at the
at the way station,
at the best little whorehouse, So damn. So my first partner, I remember going to an event. I was in the military at the time. I was in the Marine Corps. We had an event where all of the families came to, kind of interact, intermingle, get to know each other a little bit. And I overheard my partner at the time saying, "Oh my God, he can't cook dinner without doing the dishes." And that's kind of an OCD thing for me. If I'm making food, I'll clean the dishes afterwards because I can't stand a dirty kitchen. I won't leave dishes till the next day. So it's not so much a pleasing thing as much as it is like for my own well-being. Like for me to get a good night's rest at night, I need to have a clean kitchen. Like I can't wake up to a mess. And so she's over there saying, oh, he has to do the dishes. And I'm watching chicks like, he does that?
He does that? Wait, what?
I'm just like, you're sitting over there thinking that you're complaining. You're sitting over there thinking that, you're telling these women about, oh, you guys think you have it hard. Let me tell you how this guy is.
Right.
Like, when he's doing the laundry, that has to be folded a certain way. So he folds all the laundry. Yeah, I do fold all the laundry. I do my laundry. I fold my laundry because I ain't expecting.
So call him now. Okay, Marcos.
And so when I heard my partner at the time talking about, like how I handle household chores.
So if you want to reach out to K Marcos, his link to his bio, his Instagram, his Facebook, and all of his OnlyFans, and you know everything that you can reach out to him and touch someone. Yeah, reach out and touch the hair flip heard around the world, Mr. K Marcos. He does dishes, y'all. He does dishes, y'all.
Just that right there. I remember laughing my ass off just, talking about doing dishes and hearing a bunch of women. And there's a lot women were going to watch this, other people are going to watch this and be like, wait, the other person can do this. This dude does dishes.
This guy does dishes.
Keep in mind, this is a whole version of ASMR. It's a whole version of porn. So yeah, it's a turn on for women. They actually really like watching a man do regular human things. They're human things. They're not sex things. Okay.
Right.
No. Right. They're human things. Because if you had dishes at your home, you would wash them yourself.
Well, I think it goes on a deeper psychological level for women. It's like, oh, that's that deep seated. Even if you're so independent and you're so dom and you're so feminist and I don't need a man. There's still that little piece that's like, oh, he'll take care of me, and so there is that piece that I've even seen with feminists that will be turned on by what is called the dad porn. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's a guy doing dishes. It's a guy, vacuuming,
doing all that stuff, taking care of your home, knocking out a problem.
I'll say this, as a woman, I don't seek it out, but I think it's very attractive when a man does manly things, whether it's for me or not. Right. I think it's attractive. So I can see how stud can get turned on by that. Like, what woman doesn't like to see a man do manly things, especially if they're doing it for them, not for something to do it for them,
not for their own personal intentions and their own personal gain.
Just be a man to be a man, and you'll get a good woman that wants to throw themselves at you. Yep. You don't have to ask, you don't have to beg. Be a good man, and a good woman will throw herself at you. Promise.
Something that I always thought was funny is that, like they put it in movies, they put it in TV shows and everything. And I'm sure you ladies have had really personal experiences with this. But how many times have you guys changed your hair and it's gone unnoticed?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Miss Sasha changes her hair on the fucking daily. So it always goes like, who are you? Wait, am I following the same person?
But I mean, like, you do something, like you change something, you cut your hair, you do your hair differently, you get your nails done, you do something that's, you want to be noticed for. And, how often does it go unnoticed?
Right. You want to, who doesn't want to see their person and be acknowledged in a positive way? And if you're not,
like, you bring it up and, it's something that you do, and like, not only for yourself, but it's also something that you like to be complimented on. It's something that you'd like to be noticed for. Things like that. And a lot of times guys will be so enveloped in their own mentality, in their own day, in their own lives, that they won't realize, when their partner changes something. I'm telling you right now, dudes,
dating seed, that for real.
I'm telling you right now, a little bit of WD-40 on a creaky kitchen cabinet, a woman will notice that and she will make mention of it and she'll tell you thank you. And don't think that it goes unnoticed. Don't think that she's unappreciative.
Yep.
You don't realize all the times she says thank you. She don't realize all the times that she notices the little things that you do. Women notice little things a lot more than men do.
I think of the little things that women do, they go unnoticed. So when men do those things for women, it's like, okay, you don't realize I popped your door open. You don't realize I gave you your silverware. You don't realize I do these little things that show you, that make you look good in public. Those little things that make you look good in public because I'm kept in private.
Yep.
That's what you need to strive for.
So I always, just like I said, man, I was a different breed. I got brought up a lot differently. I noticed things a lot more than a lot of other people do. And so it's honestly really awesome just doing this show and, coming to a close, wrapping up for 2021, just giving, a lot of love to these ladies right now, Aurora and Sasha, for, putting this thing together, all the hard work that they do. I mean, I write scripts, but I'm not an editor. I can't get on the computer and do all this stuff. These are
He's
what
the
these
bomb.
ladies do on the daily basis. So all of these ads, all of these cool graphics, all of these photos, all of the images, anything that you see put on social media, even if it's on my page, they've created it, and I'm resharing it. I had no
Yay.
part in the creation outside of maybe the pictures that they use to, do all that. When it comes to, drafting up, ideas for a script, creating a flow of conversation, getting things on paper, organization, that's where I flourish. But in the grand scheme of everything that gets provided to you guys, I mean, I can lay out an outline. I'm a playwright. I make the papers, and then somebody else has to do all the hard work to set up the sets, make it look good, train the actors, monitor the door, book the tickets, set the stage, run the curtain, serve the hors d'oeuvres, get the drinks, do all that stuff. I do a very small part to what all these women do on a daily basis for
Oh,
SafeWord. And so if I can
thank
just,
you.
close the show out by giving you guys all the love and appreciation
Aw,
that you
thank
guys deserve for what you guys
you,
do.
Brother.
Thank you.
Brother.
Thank you, Brother K. Yes.
I say all that to say that women go unnoticed for a lot of the hard work that they do. And in this day and age, it's really important to acknowledge, strong, powerful women for the strong and powerful things that they do.
Yes.
Just because you don't think that it's impressive, just because by your standards it seems very little or minimal, does not mean that it didn't take time, effort, energy, all of these things to make it happen. So don't take any of this for granted. I certainly don't. And because of them, I get a platform to sit on here and, as a guy, tell other men how to be better men.
Yes.
Just
love it.
And you can disagree with me. You can, you can hate me. You can do whatever you want. You can call me a bitch. You can call me, pussy whipped. You can say, like, oh, that's a half man. I've heard it all before. I used to carry my girlfriend's books in high school. She had a pink backpack. I carried all of her heavy ass college textbooks all throughout the campus. And whenever, I'd meet up with her in between classes, and I'd swap her books off for her, and I'd keep carrying it. And I got so much crap from everybody. But if you look at it now in the grand scheme of things, I'm where I'm at today. I've had a very successful marriage that, unfortunately ended in tragedy, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. And I would venture to say that relationship that I had in that time, being the person that I was worth 10 of the relationships that they've undoubtedly been in since high school, jumping from chick to chick because they don't know how to keep a woman, because they don't know how to appreciate what they have.
Exactly.
So all of those
Very
guys
well
in the
said.
class of 2009 from Casa Grande, fuck you.
He's like, I got a platform. I'm gonna step up on my soapbox and say this shit. All right. And with that, I think I'm gonna take us out tonight, because I mean, you stepped on that soapbox. Yes, but I appreciate the step up on the soapbox, because I mean, men need to hear this, and from a man. Like, we can sit here, Sasha and I can sit here all day long and tell you guys what you're doing wrong. We're in the dating scene, where you're failing, where it falls off, how to fix it. You're not going to hear it from us. You're just not. You're not. We're women. Okay. You've got a straight up man who is a dom, who takes clients and can sit here, and he's strong enough to say, I'm a dom, but I also have a sensitive side. There's two parts to me, and y'all need to start stepping up your game as men. If you can't hear it from your counterpart, what you doing? What you doing? All right. So with that, don't let the holidays drag you down. Don't let your in-laws in your house disrespecting you. All right. Just put a halt to that shit right now. Just do okay. And make sure you make some time to schedule in some kinky sex, because that's what we're here for, is to make sure that you connected, communicating, and reach out and touch someone. But for tonight, and I guess for like a week, right?
The rest of 2021.
Yes,
This is the last time we'll see you guys this year. The last time.
Yep, this is the last time you're going to see us. We are not going live on Patreon. There will be no videos for 2 weeks, but we will be back to you with a ton of content because we got some stuff coming. Big things coming. So make sure that you're staying tuned before we take off and you guys are like, oh, snap. Why didn't I find out about SafeWord sooner? All right. But from the SafeWord crew, and we want to make sure that Mr. Kane says who we're in association with.
So, as always, brought to you in association with Support District Radio Network and Support District Television. We've been working with these guys for about a couple months now, and we've been able to collaborate a lot, been able to meld a lot of ideas and make a lot of headway. So definitely want to reach out in this time and say thank you so much, for all the help and all of the support, all of the words of affirmation, all of the confirmations and the opportunities that you've provided us and have yet to be provided. We want to just say, thank you. And I do want to leave you guys with this. I want to give you guys a teaser for what you guys can expect in the new year. So this might get cut off if you're not watching live right now. You're getting the inside scoop. If you're watching this later, it might get cut off mid-sentence. So it might have ended right there. So you guys are getting the exclusive sneak peek on something. And I want to drop some knowledge for you guys. If you're watching this, if you guys come back to view this, something important that I really want to tell you guys about is threesomes for a holiday gift seldom work out the way you want them to.
For real.
They don't.
It's not
first time,
No.
like if you're looking for your first experience of a threesome with your partner, and it might not even be your first threesome ever, it might just be your first threesome with a partner. You're trying to spice things up, you're trying to open things up, and you think a good Christmas gift or a good way to ring in the new year is to set up a threesome. And where a lot of people tend to mess up is a problem that we're going to discuss in the new year. So I'm going to leave you guys off with that teaser. Just know if you were on the fence with it, you might want to, just rethink that a little bit. If you were looking for a sign, this is it.
I'm going to interrupt you right there. If you're thinking about a threesome and you want to know how to do it right, you should be tuned into SafeWord, okay? Because we're going to come back mid-season. Yes, after our mid-season break, and explain to you just how you go about this. But you're going to have to stay tuned. All right. But follow
that's it for
SafeWord.
us tonight. Thank you guys so much. Happy 2021. Enjoy your holidays. Enjoy your Christmas. Have a happy and safe new year. Don't fight with your in-laws. Don't fight with your neighbors. Don't get into it at the club. Just enjoy it. Enjoy the holidays. Don't ring in the new year with a DUI or some dumbass criminal charge. You guys take care.
Bye.